Blooper reel. The question would be, what would be the science of walking a cold spot? Saying it is paranormal and some ghost did something to the air. But in your words, what do you believe that a cold spot is? How does it happen? What does a ghost do to create a cold spot?
Well, basically from what I've researched, the science behind it states that when a person dies, we're made up of energy. And when we die, our energy leaves and it goes into the atmosphere. What I believe is a cold spot is the spirit trying to manifest. It draws the energy in the room, thus creating this cold spot. Now, sometimes cold spots
is this an
can be...
apparition right here? Or...
Our spirit is made up of energy, and that energy creates cold, heat, etc. Now, what I think the cold spot is the spirit trying to manifest. It's trying to draw up the energy in the room, the electricity to be able to show itself, to pull that energy in to get what it needs to show itself, or to actually move things, make a noise. And what it can do is that energy coming together, it creates a cold spot, like convection.
Convection is the movement caused within a fluid by the tendency of hotter and therefore less dense material to rise and colder, denser material to sink under the influence of gravity.
It'll create this cold spot. Now, some cold spots can actually move around. Some are just sedentary. They don't move around. But you'll notice a significant drop in temperature in a certain area in the room. Not necessarily the whole room, but just in a specific area.
Oh, okay. So, if we were in Antarctica, where it's super cold, do you think ghosts could actually exist there? Because they can't draw any energy out of anything because it's cold everywhere?
Oh, I'm sure they can. I'm sure. Because the cold, that's actually better for them.
They probably Casper all frozen and stuff. Alright, so... Alright. But I've heard in our investigations, in many different investigations, I've actually walked into cold spots. And also I've seen them drain batteries and stuff, cameras and flashlights and all of that. Why does a ghost even need to do that? Yeah, their energy, but why do they do it? Why can't they just manifest without doing that? Like, that's what I've always wondered.
I'm not sure. I've thought about that too. Like, are we born with a certain amount of energy and then when we pass on, do we have to rebuild our energy that way? Is that why they draw from, like, say, battery sources, things of that nature?
Like that. It's like those video games when you're fighting and stuff and you're dying. Your little bar of energy is already going low and stuff, and you need to go find something to give you more energy. I don't know. That's the way ghosts work or something.
You draw from your
God. Hey, ghosts cannot draw energy from me because I do not have energy as it is. Like, man, what are you going to get? You're going to starve.
Right, you drink some battery juice.
Yeah, that ghost is going to starve. Like, it's over. It's a wrap.
It's full life
done
now.
deal. Yeah. Take the little energy I have, and we're both gonna die together.
Oh, cool! These guys got 9 volts.
Yeah, I mean 9 volts is more than what I have. All right. So the next question, like, we're talking about like living with spirits, living with ghosts. People always separate a spirit from a ghost, like. Some people say, a spirit and ghost are the same. Some people say a spirit and a ghost are not the same. What do you think?
Me, my personal opinion is I think they're the same. But I think it really goes with the person's, maybe their religious background, the way they're taught growing up. Not sure, but I think, honestly, I think they're the same. One and one.
I used to think they're the same. I still don't really know, but I heard that, like, ghosts are earthbound spirits that were born here and they had a life here and blah blah blah, and now they're Casper the friendly ghost, or the Casper the bad ghost, or some crazy demon with red face, or I don't know what they want to say, but And then I've heard stories. Well, the spirit is supposed to be non-earthbound, like maybe some alien or some kind of dimensional being. It's just Beetlejuice. Oh, don't say it one more time because we're just
why not?
Yeah. They just say, hey, it's 2020. We need that guy right now.
I don't know. That'll be next.
So I've always thought spirits and ghosts were the same, but I guess people separate them. So let's just say some are earthbound, some are not. So I mean, do you feel that you have any spirits following you, or ghosts, or goblins, or leprechauns, or that Radiohead guy we seen just earlier, or whatever they try to put on? Yeah.
The siren.
What is the siren guy? They have some new thing called the siren guy, some tall giant, and it has sirens, and it plays a radio, and it tries to lower you in there, and it's so CGI.
The emergency broadcast.
Yeah, it has emergency.
sound.
Yeah, and it walks through the forest, it walks through the mountain. I mean, they come out there. I think Slender Man. Slender Man was a better fit than this Radiohead guy or whatever. What are they gonna come out with next? A blobby guy? Or the blob just sucks everybody
They
right in?
already have the blob.
Oh shoot! I don't think I was
Turn
born
off the
with it.
headlights.
Yeah, okay, a blobby guy, or I mean, just Hawkman, or some kind of weird stuff.
Squirrel dude.
The squirrel dude, he throws his nuts in your face. Some weirdo stuff. There's all kinds of different. So on the news, not that long ago, they were talking about fairies, and they actually caught a fairy on a camera. I think it was by a car or something. Do you believe fairies exist, and why? I mean, what's going on with all that?
I do believe in the folklore of fairies and things like that. I do believe that they are real. I read a story years ago that fairies and trolls and things of those natures,
Yeah.
we were actually close together, the human race with them. But the humans, of course, we betrayed them, and so now they no longer want anything to do with us. They actually do things to be mean to us now. They'll actually pinch you, throw rocks at you, things of that nature. I do believe fairies exist, but I think because of the past that they don't want anything to do with us anymore.
So you mean Tinker, the little girl with the little wings?
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, like, is she some evil, wicked little fairy that's just gonna get you and not throw space, like little dust on you to make you happy? And when you wish upon us, and all that, you think Tinkerbell's just there to kick your ass?
Hey, and all
Tinkerbell is there to kick your ass now? I mean,
in all respect, Tinkerbell, she was bad. She was mean. She was so jealous. She tried to kill Wendy.
All right, let's change your name from Tinkerbell to Tickerbell, because you just really tick her off.
Tick her off.
So every time if you see a Tinkerbell, just run like hell. Get out of there. It's over.
No, I don't think that they actually look like Tinkerbell or the traditional fairies, the way they're drawn. Those are nice. They're beautiful. I really like them. I collect them, but in terms of a real fairy, I think they look more like dragonflies or a bug of some nature with wings, something like that.
So do you think 2020, the way it's been, we're going to have an invasion of Tinkerbells trying to kick our ass?
Hell yeah!
Beware of the Tinkerbell. Don't go. Watch out with this. Yeah, all of that stuff. I don't even want to go there. Anyway, let's try to talk about some happy ghosts and happy spirits and all that. Alright, we're going to talk about some happy stuff, good things. So, now, when people die and pass on, say either your grandma or somebody that loved you, do you believe they come to comfort you before they move on, or do they always stay there? What do you think happens to the people that you lost in life that you really loved? So what do you believe happens there? I know God is good, come and the pearly gates. You have St. Peter right there. I mean, back in the day, a book. Now he probably has a laptop or a tablet. So what really happens now? Like, what do you believe happens to your grandma and all of them? Are they watching over us?
I really do believe that. I went through a period where I wasn't so sure, but with all of the paranormal things that I've experienced, I mean, I've seen family members that have passed on. So yeah, I do believe that they do come and check on us, and I do believe that they are still around us.
Yeah, like I've had dreams, like a lot of my relatives that passed away, they usually been coming in my dreams. I think if they can't get in contact with you here because you're probably not paying attention, you're probably watching some TV program or something, I don't know. I think when you're asleep, they come into your dreams and they visit you, they comfort you. But beware if they do this to you. And they start calling you. And don't go. Don't go.
They're trying to get you
I
in
don't
trouble.
care if they bring out a big old lollipop and whatever they want. Just don't go. Alright? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have experienced something like their family members coming back and stuff. I heard stories where like a dead relative or a grandma came back to somebody in their dream and have told them, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Be ready. I would freak out. Actually, I'll start making my bucket list and start skydiving and all that because I'm not a goner, but like, it's just something. Right now, besides happy people in your life, we also got some evil kind of spirits, and that's why we're talking about living with spirits, because spirits are always around us, or they're just there. So what do you think of shadow people? People that can't wake up sometimes, they feel something's laying on them, and they see the shadow, they see this guy with a hat and all of that. What is your take on shadow people?
I've actually experienced a shadow person myself. And I had a very different experience than what I've heard other people say. Most people have had negative experiences with them. Mine was more like it was just watching. Like it was a watcher watching over me. It was standing over the side of my bed, just standing there watching. And the crazy thing is that when it realized I could see it, it took off. It just took off, running and disappeared. A few nights later, I felt like I was being pinned down, but it wasn't the pinned down feeling like some people are scared, like, you hear the old hag or things like that. Mine wasn't like that. Mine was more almost like a loving feeling. Like it was trying to hug me, like a family member loves you and they hug you. That's the weird feeling I got from it.
Okay, I don't get a family member that wants to hug me when I'm laying down in bed.
Well, no, you know what I mean. Not maybe in bed. That's a whole different.
Yeah, okay,
that's a whole different show.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on another show. The family member that hugs you when you're laying in bed.
You know what I mean? Like if your family hugs you, not in bed.
Oh,
not
you
in
mean
bed.
like they love
Just if they're hugging you and they love you.
Because I don't know about you, if I'm asleep and some girl's hugging me, I'm gonna like start swinging or something.
I want to punch them.
Yeah, like hold on, why are you hugging me? But if it's a cute ghost, then no, just kidding.
Yeah, but you can't see them, so how do you know?
Oh yeah. So you felt like the spirit, the shadow person, was more benevolent, loving.
Yeah, it was really
you'll
weird.
be the first person I've ever heard say that, because they always get a dreadness and fear, and they're paralyzed and they can't move and all this stuff.
Yeah, no, my experience was not negative with it at all. I didn't feel any kind of dread from it, like some people feel. They'll feel dread or they're scared. No, it didn't scare me.
Now, I've heard of different kind of shadow people. One that has a hat, like a Freddy Krueger kind of thing. Maybe doesn't have the 4 knives. I heard of one that's like a big old spider, and it creates like this spider web in the shadow thing, and it just kind of leans down. And some people experience when they walk into spider webs and they're just like around, there's no spider webs. Some that look like a little short Grim Reaper kind of stuff. But I want to get to, and you said her name, the old hag. Who do you believe the old hag is? I heard of an old lady, with mascara. Kind of like when I go to those places where these old ladies are and they want to dance with me at a party. You know what I mean?
Same concept.
Yeah, okay, so I mean, that would really freak
One
me
with the
out.
lipstick bleeding down.
Yeah, the
your-
little wrinkly on the, oh, okay, let's do this.
No offense.
Hey, you got money? No, just kidding.
I'll be there with it too.
So, like, explain what do you believe about the old hag? Like,
The old hag?
she's like a really old lady. Or why would she even be there? Why would there be an old lady with all these guys? That's kind of weird. Do you think she just it's something else, or do you think it's a ghost, somebody that lived here and died, or
Oh, you know what? No, I think the old hag is something very ancient. I do not think it was ever a human spirit. I think it was more along the lines of maybe not quite a demon, because there's lower levels,
Yeah.
but I do believe it's like a negative entity. Yeah, I don't believe it's a human spirit from this
Era.
realm. Yeah, this
From
realm
this era. And so,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
think
seen a
it's-
video of they try to portray the old hag, and I think she had like a prom queen crown on.
Oh wow.
And that's kind of freaky. She had a prom queen crown. Imagine I'm laying in bed. I just finished watching some show. I don't know, on Discovery Channel or something, and I'm laying down, you know. I wake up, I see an old lady with dripping mascara and a prom queen crown. I'm thinking of Carrie. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. Like, please don't.
Or you're drunk.
I
prom
think
queen.
yeah, that's like those girls that are all fixed up and then they go to the club or the party and then they come back all messed up. No. So
You know, maybe.
why
You know.
couldn't it be something else? I'm glad I never experienced the old hag, and that's kind of wrong. Why would people even label her old hag? Like, why can't they say Bertha, Vanessa, Princess? Why do they have to say, oh, it's an old hag? Like, with a bunch of shadow guys.
You
With
know-
a prom queen crown on. That's kind of kinky right there if you think about it. No wonder why you can't get out of bed. You're pinned down, man. Where's the black leather couch when you need one?
You're
Like,
not pinned
man.
down. You just don't want to move.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to move to. I'm not watching that show. So I'm pretty sure there's people that have woken up and seen this kind of stuff. Maybe they haven't seen the old hag. Thank God you haven't seen the old hag. Maybe they see shadow people. So if they see shadow people and they get pinned down, how do you get out of that? Like, if you're frozen, you can't move, you got this ugly old lady staring at you, Freddy Krueger right there, some spiders, some this and that. And I mean, how do you get out of that? It's like,
You know, I think
How?
I think a lot of that has to do with the way the mind plays tricks on you. You know, our mind is very, very unpredictable in a sense. Remember, we don't use most of it. We only use a certain percentage. So I think with the old hag, it might have a little bit to do with matrixing. How when your mind sees an image and it can't quite figure out what it is, so it will interpret it into something that it's familiar with. I think that's what the old hag really is. Our mind can't really figure out what it is, so it
all right,
will interpret her as some old lady.
I will be super mad. Why would my mind interpret it to be an old lady? Why can't it be like a princess with the crown, not an old hag with the crown?
Because you're not going to be scared of a princess.
Boy, she tried to come with child support. I'll be afraid.
Okay,
Everybody's
let's put it
mad.
this way.
She could say, "Oh, I'm pregnant. Guess who's the daddy? You." I think I'll be more afraid of her than anything else.
Oh, would you be more afraid of Fiona Shrek or beautiful Princess Fiona?
That's a good one. I'll just stick with Shrek. What if I just stick with Shrek? Forget it. And the little king guy that's all short and stuff.
Farquaad.
Farquaad. Imagine. Right. Like, oh man, shadow people are not gonna want to visit us.
Right? They're like,
These
well, no,
are the
no.
people.
We'll skip their house.
Let's just skip that house. You see that house that looks all funky? We're gonna skip that house.
That's
We're
probably
not
why I've
gonna-
only seen it once. It's never come back. Said this chick is crazy.
They're like, forget this, man. Forget this stuff. But anyway, I mean, it's something weird. Strange things do happen in the night. We hear a lot of crazy things. We see a lot of crazy things. Man, we live with crazy things. I mean, I had ex-girlfriends that were crazy things, you know? Shoot, forget the old hag. Let the old ex-girlfriend come and visit me. I think that's more scary.
That'll be the next hallucination.
Yeah, that's all bad. I was like, I go to the doctor and they make sure I'm alright.
I need medication now, stat.
Yes, now put me on an IV, get some blood drawn and stuff like that, man. Forget that. Alright, sorry shadow people, but we have to talk about you. Because you be messing with a lot of people out there. And there will be people out there that are like, man, I never looked at it this way.
Yeah.
But there's people that get visited a lot. And we can continue. We will talk about different things later on. I mean, you want to know about incubus, succubus, Incubus, or whatever you want to call the bus, grab a bus, throw a bus, use
Yellow
a bus. What the heck is this on the table? Like all of that stuff that you want to know, we're going to talk about on this show. So we're going to wrap it up. Any final words that you want to tell anybody out there that's seen this old hag? Or shadow people or anything? A little fairy just comes when they're asleep, starts beating them up?
Just flick the
I would be.
booger, alright?
Alright. If I
Smash
got,
it in the windshield.
if I got beat
No,
up,
don't do that.
if I got beat up by a fairy, and I have black eyes and a busted lip, I will lie.
Say 3 guys jumped you.
I'm gonna say some gang members assaulted me. They beat me up. They took my push cart with oranges and they took it to their mom and they left me there. I am not gonna say a fairy kicked my ass because that's just not gonna happen.
No.
I will blame it on those lobos or whatever you want to call them. I will blame it on them because that's not about to happen to me. So if you see a fairy, forget the hornets or there's some killer hornets. Watch out for the fairies.
That'll be next month.
That'll be
Just
it.
wait.
Yeah, we're gonna get
2020 is not over.
Forget it. Dude.
Bigfoot's coming. The fairies, the trolls.
I'd rather Bigfoot kick my. I'd rather go toe to toe with Bigfoot than a fairy, man. That's embarrassing. That's just totally embarrassing. I can't do it. It's like going to Disneyland and getting beat up by Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse getting drunk. You know, I'd rather say that than a fairy.
Right.
Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm going to say some final words to today's show. We talked about all kinds of stuff. I forgot what we talked about because I'm so traumatized now. But thank you guys for being here with us. We're living with spirits. You have any questions, comments, just leave it down and we'll answer it. Anything you want us to talk about, you want to ask Denise a question, feel free to leave a comment. Ask her about the fairies.
Yeah, we'll get into more with the fairies.
Alright, well stay tuned and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.